Okay, good evening lads and welcome back to another video. AFC Joe here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about who I think should be in the England squad for next summer's European Championships. Obviously I've been away for a while. It's felt like about a million years since I last uploaded, so it is great to be back, and it's also my first video on England, so it would be greatly appreciated if people could smash a like down below, subscribe and follow my Twitter, link in the description. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Now then, where do we start with England? So in recent games there's been a lot of negativity, with fans not being happy about Southgate's fairly negative tactics. I think Gareth Southgate needs to ditch the three at the back and switch to a 4-3-3 formation with a more balanced midfield rather than playing a pivot of two defensive players in the midfield. We also need a creator in the midfield who will perfectly connect the midfield to our pacey wingers up top. So starting off with goalkeepers, and this is probably quite an easy one to pick, I've gone for Nick Pope, Dean Henderson and Jordan Pickford. Nick Pope is an excellent goalkeeper who was one of the best in the league last season. Henderson's a slightly younger one who could develop in the future, and I think it will be great to have him in the team just for some tournament experience. And Jordan Pickford is the most experienced out of the three, and that's why I've put him in. Now onto the fullbacks, and I've selected Ben Chilwell, Luke Shaw, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Reece James. Alexander-Arnold and Chilwell will definitely be in the squad if they're fit, and I don't think anyone can really argue with that. But I've selected James over Wan-Bissaka just because he's better going forward, and I've also selected Luke Shaw just because he can do a job at left back. He's decent, and he's just better than anyone else that can play at left back, I think. Moving on to the centre backs, I've gone for Harry Maguire, Connor Cody, Tyrone Mings and Lewis Dunk. Unfortunately, it looks like Joe Gomez will miss the Euros, which is a huge blow for England. I've gone for Mings instead because he's good in the air as well as being fairly quick. I still think Maguire should be in the squad on his day. I think he's an excellent defender who's a great threat in the air, as we saw at the last World Cup. Connor Cody and Lewis Dunk are also in my team just because of their leadership abilities as well as being very good on the ball. Next up we have the midfielders, and Southgate really needs to make sure that he gets his selections right because England have many good midfielders, and he needs to make sure that he picks players who have different strengths to create a well-balanced midfield. I've gone for Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, Jack Grealish, Mason Mount and James Ward-Prowse. I really rate Declan Rice. I think he's a superb defensive midfielder who's excellent on the ball as well as being a good physical presence. Henderson's also a great player with great leadership abilities. Grealish is quite direct with great end product, and I think Mason Mount and James Ward-Prowse can create as well as put the defensive work in. I think that Calvin Phillips, Phil Foden and James Maddison also need to be considered, but they don't quite make it for me. But they are great players who are more than good enough to play for England. Now we move on to the wingers, and I've picked Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka as my options. Rashford and Sterling are full of goals. Sancho has been creating chances and getting assists for fun in the last two seasons at Dortmund. And Bukayo Saka is a great young player with superb work ethic and can play in many different positions and does a job in all of them. This one is probably the easiest one to pick in my opinion. Finally we have the strikers, and with three players left I've gone for Kane, calvert-lewin and Danny Ings. All three of them have had great starts to the season, but unfortunately Danny Ings is injured at the moment, so he's not in the current England squad. Harry Kane has already got an insane 8 assists already, and he's going to be crucial to England's chances of success at this tournament. Okay guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and make sure to comment your thoughts down below on who you think should be in the England squad. If you think that I've got anything wrong, or you think that any players should be in there over others, I don't mind, you know, it's just your opinions. Just put them down. It'll be interesting to see. But anyway guys, it's a goodbye from me. I will be back with more content, so stay tuned.